What's going on, everybody? This is Brandon. So I just completed my first week of Sealfit, and here to give a review about my thoughts about that. Uh, Start off pretty good week, all in all. The routine is pretty much what I expected to be a good challenge, good on-ramp start to hopefully harder and longer routines, but I can't complain overall. So just to give a little bit of a background about what's going on with this routine. Typical workout week is Monday through Friday for this routine. And typically when I've gone to the gym, I've gone after work every day, but when I decided to do it this year, it was kind of haphazard on that area. Started it on Thanksgiving week, so that made everything a bit more complicated. So some days I went a little earlier in the day. Thanksgiving Day I went in the morning, which I'm not quite used to, but it was a good change of pace. So all in all, the workouts, they're broken down into sections to get you started. And pretty much the first area of the workout is the ROM drill, for range of motion drill. And for this area of the workout, they don't really give you too directive information of what you need to do. They do direct you to the website for resources on just what to do, because pretty much it's just a warm-up to get your blood moving and your body used to whatever you're about to do for the day. Typically for these ROM drills, I've kind of defaulted back to my normal workouts since they worked best for me, looking at what they offer online. And pretty much what I would do is just, it's always been about 10-minute warm-up. Typically I've ran about 10 minutes on the treadmill at a good pace, about 10-minute mile. And about every 3 minutes I would jump off and do 10 reps of something. So burpees, double lunges, 4-count, jumping jacks, something like that, just to get the blood moving. So then following up with that, depending on what day it is, you'd either jump into the baseline drills or the strength training drills. And pretty much for the baseline drills, it's usually been about a 4 workout routine with just a blast through of about 20 to 40 reps of whatever exercise, and it's only been about 4 different exercises to get you going. For the strength set exercises, they've been doing about 5 sets with a 5 rep range, and for each one they've told about the importance of setting up your weight standards so that your first 2 are going to pretty much be a good challenging weight. Third one you're going to up the weight if necessary. By the time you get to your 4th and 5th set, you're going to be on a higher obviously weight than where you started, but in your rep ranges you want to be able to pretty much struggle to get that 5th set up, just to build up your muscle resistance and capacity. So the other style of workout they've had on the days are the work capacity styles. And for these, it's usually been a workout routine that's been rounds for time. So you try to do, all the rounds that it says to do, 5 sets, 6 sets, whatever, as fast as you can for that time completion. There's been a AMRAP range for as many rounds as possible. So they'll give you, 4 or 5 routines that you have to do and see how many sets of those routines you can do within like a 10 to 20 minute time frame. And then you have your countdown rep range set. So they'll give you 4 or 5 exercises, and then you start off with doing one set that's, 10 reps. Next set's going to be 9, 8, 7, 6, etc. until you get finished. So then they also threw in there one that I haven't seen in too many workout regimens, which was a LSD routine for long, slow distance. And pretty much what they want you to do with this one is to do a exercise that's weighted down, some kind of weight vest or high incline traveling, and just travel, normal brisk rate, kind of like rucking for about 10 to 15 minutes. They give you a few options. What I ended up doing actually is I jumped on the stair climber at the gym, and I put a 50-pound bar weight on my back, balanced it on my shoulders, and I pretty much went up the stair climber at a rate of about 80 stairs per minute. So I think that was like a 9 resistance out of 30 on the treadmill. But yeah, that was a different routine that definitely gets your blood moving. So the other routine that they had for the week was a grinder PT, which pretty much is a hard hit routine for about 20 minutes straight. They give you about 5 or 6 exercises, and the rep range is about 20, and you just continuously do the exercises and sets until the time frame's up. So throughout the week, I'll put in the comments, just the different types of exercises that you're going to have to do. A lot of them have been bodyweight exercises. Rep ranges anywhere between 5 to 10, for starting rate week. It's not too hard. So some of these routines, again, that I said about, the exercises that I stated in the first video. If you don't have the equipment, it's giving you options throughout each chapter of what you can do instead in case you don't have the equipment, which was pretty cool. And also throughout each chapter as well, they have picture instructions to show you how to do each routine, just in case you don't know. And again, it also gives you resources to log on to the Sealfit website to get more thorough details if needed. So my personal thoughts on this first week. Again, coming from a background of, I've been consistently training since 2012, and been running a lot of races and just, trying different things out. This first week, just for my standards, been kind of easy. Pretty much the exercises, everything involved, it's only been about 45 minutes. And that doesn't include the after stretching and yoga. And usually I've gone a lot harder in 45 minutes at the gym. But here again, just with my unbalanced issues, I usually go for more HIIT routines and running routines and just CrossFit routines where you go as hard as you can for 30, 45 minutes, where this seems to give you more dynamics of train in certain areas where you're going to go long and hard, you're going to go long and stabilized, but not necessarily as hard. And then there's, strength training thrown in there where, you're only doing 5 rep ranges, but it's pretty challenging weight, which I don't do too often. So that was a good, change of pace of everything. So for the first 3 days, I want to say, when I got done with the routines before I did yoga, I jumped on the bike for one day and put it on max hill and biked about 3 miles in 10 minutes. Another day I ended up hitting the row machine for about 10 minutes after and put it on highest resistance and hit about 2,200 meters just to kind of even out. And then another day I did a running routine for about 10 minutes after. And again, for these programs, you get what you get out of them, and if you can go harder, from what it advises, good for you. Just don't go too hard, and if you can't keep up, of course, just go at your own rate. So for what this was saying that needs to be done for what my standards are, again, the first week was a little easy, but it's understandable for what it's trying to accomplish. Looking at this from a beginner's perspective, if you went into it, it would definitely be a challenge for you, especially if it's like your first year of working out, maybe even your second. I know a lot of people have issues with pull-ups and such. There's a good bit of pull-ups that are involved in here. But again, you can find ways to assist you with that. You can use resistance bands that help lower your weight if you're going on a strict bar. And it also advises, to use concentration machines if, you absolutely can't do a pull-up, stuff like that. But all in all, it's been a good first week. I think I started feeling the ultimate fatigue about Friday morning. And that was just because of all the squats you have to do for this week. You do a lot of squats pretty much every day, either body weight or bar weight squats, and various styles. So your legs, especially your quads and your glutes, will feel it by the end of the week one way or another. My absolute unfavorite exercise from this week is overhead bar squats. I've never really done too many of them just in a regular workout routine or in general, and those were definitely a challenge, and the weight that I used was very puny, to say the least. I think I only hit the bar with 20s on each end, so it wasn't impressive at all, but hey, I did it, you know. And yeah, so for the first week, it's pretty good. I definitely recommend it so far, and we'll see what week 2 has to bring. Until next time.